What's up, folks? Thank you for joining me this fine day. I look greasy. Dang. Just extra moisturized. But on to today's topic. Today, I want to talk about just how men are carrying themselves or functioning when they're in the company of women. This was spurred upon by talking to a friend of mine. She was sharing with me a story, a recent story about how she met up with this guy, a dude from high school. They ended up chit chatting or whatever, or it wasn't even a long like conversation or whatever, but he popped up essentially. Like he said he saw her around in the area where she lives, and wanted to link up, to see her. Okay. They legit haven't seen each other in 10 plus years, probably 15 years or so. But, hey, somebody I know, we go back, it was cool when when we knew each other. Ain't no harm, right? Broaden your horizons and meeting people. Well, anyway, they sat in the car and, per her, description of things, he was very handsy and almost like demanded her pants off and stuff like that. And every time I hear stories like these from women or my friends or other women I'm close to, I'm always left wondering, like, what's wrong with these guys? Like, dudes don't have no game. Guys don't have no tact. They don't have any tact. They're not smooth, not debonair, da-da-da-da. And it dawned on me. It dawned on me what the issue is. A lot of guys, a lot of men past high school aren't around women in their everyday life. They're not encountering women on a regular basis. And so when they're in a space with one, they feel like they have to capitalize because they're not sure when that opportunity will come again. And so I'm here with, so now it's like the pressure is on. I'm here with a woman. I need to capitalize to fulfill whatever my urges are to get that release, to whatever the case may be, because I don't know when this chance will come again, when the next time I'm going to be around a woman. They don't care who the woman is. They don't care how the woman look. They don't care. They don't care. She has a hole and I want to put it in. And now, me, for example, after high school, I went to college where there's a lot of women. I've worked in corporate America for a good portion of my adult life. There's a lot of women in corporate America. There's a lot of women in college. So my everyday life is filled with women. Every day, I'm encountering some women. I've had women co-workers on my team, women supervisors, women, just fellow whatever. I'm surrounded by women all the time. So there isn't a level of desperation to be involved with a woman at every encounter. But there's a lot of guys past high school, join the workforce or even the military, and they get into industries that aren't either, integrated with women or mostly male-dominated industries. That could be, for one, the military. That could be construction, warehousing, truck driving, deliveries. They're doing a lot of stuff that women aren't a part of their every day. That you may have one woman at the home office who's the admin or the receptionist. That's the one you encounter. And other than that, your everyday isn't filled with women. And so that's why at the bars or the clubs or whatever social outing or event, they feel like they have to pick up a woman. They got to find somebody to spark up conversation with that leads to something. Or especially with social media, I'm gonna hop in his DM, try to meet up, and then when you do meet up, there's really no interest. There's no long game. So when you do meet up, I got to pounce now. Because there's no guarantee when the next time I'm going to be around a woman. And I had this epiphany while in conversation with her, because she was in a position where it's like, I might as well give it up just to protect myself, just to not be hurt, just not to be R word, saying R word for YouTube purposes. I might as well give it up just for my own safety. If he gets what he gets, he'll leave me alone, or at least moving forward, I don't have to answer him. I can block him, not answer calls, messages, or whatever mode of communication we have. I can just choose not to answer. And that's safer than just feeling like, okay, I'm meeting up with this guy, we're going to shoot the breeze. Now, if it goes there, it goes there, but feeling like, I have full autonomy over what happens with my body. And that's a sad state of affairs. Now, I've been fortunate enough to have a slew of female friends over my life. Again, I've been in environments where women are plentiful. So I never felt like I needed to pounce at every opportunity. I needed to even entertain every opportunity. Matter of fact, you find yourself deducing real quick who's worth the time, who's worth the effort, who's worth it, period. You can be kind of pickier and more selective in who you entertain when you have a buffet every day. And I hate to trivialize it in such a probably a demeaning manner, but you're at the buffet every day. A lot of other people maybe just at a single serve restaurant every day. So if you don't eat this, you ain't gonna eat, and maybe that's what the issue is. But women ultimately want to feel safe and protected with any man they encounter. That goes back to, was it last year or so, maybe the year before, where the whole man versus bear debate came up. And as nonsensical as a lot of these women's answers may have seemed, the fact remains that for a lot of women, they felt safer being trapped with a bear than with a man. Crazy as that sounds, but when you step out of your personal feelings of it, and take the 10,000 foot view of it, a lot of their experiences are, when I'm with a man, they're handsy, they're aggressive, I'm in fear of being SA'd. With a bear, they're thinking, with a bear, there's a chance the bear just sleeps the whole time. They feel like there's a chance of making it through the night with a bear than with a man. And when you think about it in those terms, it makes sense. It's crazy and it's sad, but it makes sense when you think about it in those terms. And a lot of women probably feel like that because they don't feel safe around you. Because this is your one opportunity, you're going to pounce. And you're going to put her in a position where she's thinking, maybe I need to go ahead and give it up. Or else I'm going to be hurt. I'm going to be injured. And I would suggest for any man, no matter what industry you're in, no matter where you work, no matter what your environment, incorporate more women into you every day. Every woman doesn't have to be a conquest. I'm of the belief that men and women can be friends. There's no reason that every woman you come across is viewed as a conquest simply because she has a hole that you like. There's no reason to believe that you can't have a close relationship with a woman without there being a hint or a tinge or seeking sexual chemistry. There's no reason to. And then when you mature enough, most women aren't even worth the trouble of that type of pursuit. Most aren't. To tell the truth, most aren't worth it. If every woman isn't made to be your companion or to be something you hitting on, most aren't worth the trouble. Most aren't worth occupying the headspace or having to keep some mental capacity to entertain in that way. And maybe you learn that when you're around women more often. Like I said, through college and being in corporate life, you realize most of these women are bat crazy. I don't want to deal with that. It's high, but or even if says a woman you are really interested in or whatever. In the scenario I gave before, somebody you went to school with back in the day, or have known, back in the day, and you connected through social media. And I get it, especially with social media. A lot of these women put on or display themselves as if they down for whatever. So I get how in your head, you could say, well, shoot, I mean, she might be on the same tip I'm on. But at the same time, though, they still want to feel safe with you. They still want to feel some level of protected with you. And so you haven't seen each other in 15 years. You barely made it past anything past a hey boo bye. And as soon as you with each other, so what's up? Handsy, trying to peel the clothes off, asking to do things that you don't even know. You don't even know her hygiene. And you trying to put your mouth on stuff. Make that make sense to me, man. Make that make sense to me. You don't even know her hygiene routine. You don't know if it's fresh, if it's clean, if it's shaven, unshaven, if her pH balances are where they need to be. And you trying to put your mouth on stuff. Yeah, because that ain't creepy at all. Within the first 5 minutes of encountering each other off of the internet, here's where you at. Come on, man. Come on, man. You got to be better than that. And then I just always think about what's the end goal? Like, what are you trying to achieve here? What are you trying to achieve here? Because let's say at best, she acquiesced to your request. You get it. Now she hounding you because y'all done did it. And you realize, man, she kind of crazy, man. Now you're sitting there like, I don't know why I did that. Or on the flip side, somebody can press charges on you and you know how that go. It ain't innocent to proven guilty. You're guilty till you're proven innocent. And it's hard to prove you innocent with stuff like that. Once that word is out there about you, hang it up, homeboy. I mean, nobody bats 1,000, for one, to use a baseball analogy. Nobody bats 1,000. Even if you do take a slower approach and just chit-chat, communicate, you may not be successful in that, but you have to broaden your environment to, a big part of success is to widen your net, to incorporate women more in your everyday life. So that when you're out there, you're not that's like a designated hitter or a pinch hitter, to use another baseball reference, who gets up in the ninth, 2 outs, a man on second. Because this is only at bat of the game. He has to get that hit. And how many times do those players come through? Not often. I can guarantee you they're no better than 200 average. That's 2 out of 10. That pinch hitter don't come through often. That one at bat. So do better, man. Do better, man. Do better around these women. Stop making it easy for them to choose the bear. Don't make it easy for them to choose the bear. That's insane. Listen, I'm no saint. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've been a perfect gentleman in every encounter. But I've learned along the way that if I do want to up my success rate with a particular, whoever has had my eye of affection at the time, because I'm married now, so. But back in the day, if I do want a higher success rate, in the words of Eddie Murphy in Coming to America, I need to stimulate her intellect as well as her loins. Make it easy for her to say yes. Make it easy for me to pursue, to make it easy for her to decide to pounce. Put yourself in a position where you kind of like, nah, man, chill, dang. I just can't watch this movie. I've been wanting to watch this movie for a while. It's like, don't make it easy for her to choose the bear. Do better, man. You can't go 15 years without talking to somebody, and the first time you see them, you all over them. That's crazy, man. That's creep-tastic. Do better. Don't get beat by the bear.